asked lots of questions about these things called eggs and how to cook them, what can we use for them and stuff like that. So we're going to start off with mayonnaise, okay? Because I think mayonnaise is a perfect recipe when it comes down to using eggs. Now, if you come in forward a little bit here, I will show you what we've got in front of me. The eggs, which I've separated from the whites here. So what you've got here is egg yolks and the whites. Notice I've kept the whites because we can make meringues with them. We don't want to end up wasting this sort of stuff. You can make a white omelette as well with the egg whites. It's really healthy for you. The yolk is where the fat is. That's the most important thing. If you want to enjoy eggs without putting on too many calories, you eat the whites because there's hardly any calories in there. The egg yolk is where it's all the fat is. But then fat is flavour, my friends. Fat is flavour. Anyway, sorry, back to this now. So what we need for the mayonnaise is egg yolks. We need an oil that has no flavour, and I've gone for rapeseed oil. Don't use the olive oil because it's quite a strong flavour. You want a neutral oil. I've got lemon. Look at this, big fat lemon. What's that for? That's your acid, that nice sort of sharpness to your mayonnaise. Okay, that's what the lemon is for. And then I've got myself here a mustard, and the mustard I've gone for is an American mustard. It's a neutral sort of mustard. We don't want too much flavour going into the mayonnaise because you can add stuff to it, and you want to add stuff to it after you've made the mayonnaise. Right, so that is all my ingredients. Goes the egg yolks. As you can see, they're just going to go into a bowl here, and I've got my whisk. These are the only two pieces of equipment you're going to need, okay? A whisk and your bowl. Now in the bowl, I'm going to just break up the egg yolks like I've just done then. Now, the principle of mayonnaise is the same as a hollandaise, but with a hollandaise we use what we call a hot reduction, and that is basically shallots, cracked black pepper, a little bit of tarragon, some white wine and some vinegar. White wine vinegar, it could be a cider vinegar. And what we do, reduce that down, and it's the same principle, but instead of using oil, we're using clarified butter, and that is the only difference between mayonnaise and hollandaise. And again, it's a warm sauce, a hollandaise, where this is a cold, well, if you want to call it a sauce, you can do. Right, so into here, well, it is a sauce. What am I talking about? Mayonnaise is a sauce. So in here, we put the egg yolks, which I've started breaking up. So what I'm doing now, with the mustard, I'm going to add a teaspoon into the eggs, as you can see. That's finished with now. That goes to one side. Whisk that up. Now, here, I'm going to start adding my oil. Now, there's a trick you can do. Underneath here, you can put a cloth, which I've got lined up ready to go. Because what that'll do is that will stop the bowl from moving. Right? I'll show you that now. Hold it up like I've just done there. Lay it down. Put that there. Now you've got a nice, stable work surface. Into this, as you can see, the egg yolks and mustard are ready to go. I slowly start adding the oil. Now, it's not about measurements when it comes down to mayonnaise, it's about your eye. So you've got to see, as you can see, it's coming together already. Everybody knows what mayonnaise looks like, okay? And that is what we're looking for, a nice silky sort of feel. And what is happening is the egg yolks are combining with the oil to infuse together to give you this lovely mayonnaise. So I'm going to keep adding. Now, back to the mayonnaise here, you can see it's starting to get a lovely consistency. Now, what I want is, I want it to be a little bit thicker because we're going to use this for a recipe for egg mayonnaise. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this, and you can see that going in. And the thing is, don't be scared. If it looks like it's splitting, it won't. It will come back. But if it does split, the trick is to add a bit of warm water to it and keep whisking as hard as you can, and it will bring back the mayonnaise. Okay? And that is the same practice for hollandaise, which again, we'll talk about another time. Right, into this, we're going to add a bit more oil. You can go a bit more aggressive with the oil now. When you first start off slowly, but now you can go a bit more aggressive because look, it's all coming together and you can keep combining it. And there you go, look at that consistency. This is what we're looking for. Can I come a bit closer to you? Look at that. And look, when I lift that whisk up, you see that? That's what you want. You want it to drip down like that. That is beautiful. Here we go, a bit more oil, why not? So, we got 3 egg yolks in there. We got a teaspoon of American mustard. And I started off with a pint of rapeseed oil, and you can see where I've gone down to here, just underneath 500 millilitres. And that, I think, to me, is enough oil, right? Because we don't want that horrible oily taste of the mayonnaise. We just want it to help come together. Now, that, to me, is done. We've got our lemon here. This is the acid we're going to add. We just cut that in half, and then we just squeeze, okay? In goes the acid, which helps take away a little bit the oily taste of mayonnaise. That's what it's going to do, and also helps balance the mayonnaise out as well. And if you like, you can add vinegar, a nice white wine vinegar or a nice cider vinegar. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. So you can see the lemon's in here. Whisk that up. Now that lemon will also help thin it down a little bit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, let me move all this rubbish out the way. Remember, keep the egg whites for your omelettes later on. Just salt. Right, give that a nice whisk like that. And that is your mayonnaise done. Now to this, we can add so much. We can add garlic, so that's your aioli done. We can add other flavourings if you want. A bit of curry can go through that. That could be like your coronation mayonnaise for coronation chicken. We can add fruits to it like sultanas, apples, whatever you want. You can add all this to the mayonnaise. And then the most important thing is, with this, you can leave in the fridge now up to about a week because the oil is a preservative and that will preserve your mayonnaise. And this is fresh mayonnaise that we've made in the kitchen in less than 5 minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, that is your first lesson in using eggs. Now, it's all about the tasting. This is very velvety. That is what we're looking for, that velvety consistency. Now look at that. I'm going to just come in a bit closer. That is a mayonnaise consistency that you want. Perfect. Now I'm going to taste it. Do you know what? Honestly, making your own.
Yes, always.
The nice thing is you'll have all these ingredients at home. But like I said, with
also
the oil,
you can save lots of money.
Exactly. Well, if you want. Of course, try to get a neutral oil. Like a rapeseed oil is what you want. Don't use mustard, don't use olive, don't use anything like sunflower. It will just too many different harsh flavour. A neutral oil, a rapeseed oil is what you want. Right, that is me done. Moving on to the next thing, which is all about boiling eggs. Alright, so people have been asking us about how to boil eggs. So I'm going to give you a quick lesson. What we've got in this pan is a load of eggs and some water. What I've done is I put the eggs into cold water and I'm letting the temperature of the water come up. And now for soft boil, we need 5 minutes from boiling. You can see in the pan that the eggs are starting to boil now. So when we get that boil coming up to full, 5 minutes from then that's going to give you a soft boil. Then another 5 minutes, so 10 minutes altogether, will give you hard boil. So lid back on, we leave it for 5 minutes, and then that will give you a soft boil. We'll come back and check those eggs. That is telling us the egg should be ready. Okay, we're going to stop that. We're going to get this back in my pocket. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep that going for another 5 minutes, kids, because that's going to be for your hard boil. But we're going to take one egg out to check to see if that is softly boiled the way we want it. So look, I've taken that one out. So this is the egg we're going to go and check. We go back to our original positions and we'll open this egg up in a minute. Right, see you in a sec. So quickly, what I've done is I've put some cold water on top of the egg, and the reason is so I can handle it without burning my hands too much. Now, the trick is when you're cracking an egg, okay, running a little bit on the cold water again, because I don't want to burn my hand, is you hear that? You crack the egg underneath, okay? Then you put your hand, a little bit of pressure, and you roll the egg like that, okay? Do you see that? And with my hand, as you can see, the shell's all been cracked, okay? I know I'm basically teaching you how to peel an egg here, but it's a little trick I'm trying to give you. So you can see the eggshell's coming away, and now there's another reason I've got that water there, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So we start peeling away the skin, oh sorry, the shell, like that. We don't want that. Now what we do is we peel the egg away, or the shell, and then, as you can see, the egg's broken a little bit, but that's fine. This is what happens in the kitchen. We put it back in the cold water like that, just to get rid of any eggshells that might be there. And then we're going to move this just slightly to one side. And this, can you see, is the magic moment? Okay, I'm going to open up the egg, let's see. Oh my goodness me! Look at that! Soft, beautiful. I mean, if you wanted a little bit more runny than that, you can do. You can go 3.5 minutes if you like it a little bit runnier than that. But that to me is a perfect soft egg, okay? I'm happy with that. Oh, do you know what? I just want to eat that now. But as you can see, look, the egg yolk's slightly soft there, a little bit hard on the outside, okay? But that is, to me, is a perfect soft boiled egg. I am happy with that. I'm ready to eat that. If you like your eggs like that, that's perfect. 5 minutes from the boil, ready to go. You like it slightly more runny, maybe go 3.5, job done. If you like it hard boiled, where they're still boiling away there, we'll check those in about 2 minutes from now. Right, I'm gonna try this egg. I like a bit of salt on mine, but I'm not going to do that because I've got my mayonnaise here. So look, a little bit of the egg, a little touch of the mayonnaise on the top, and this goes in my mouth. Are we ready? This is the disgusting bit for all those people who like to see people eating on the camera. I'm sorry, but this is gonna happen right now. The egg yolk, it's soft, it's creamy. With the mayonnaise, oh my God, it's even better. I love this. Okay, we've just done our soft boiled egg, which you saw earlier on. Now back here, you can see, I want to show you something. See the eggs are starting to crack a little bit. That's telling us the eggs are nearly getting there to be hard boiled now. So what we're going to do, remove this from the heat, turn that off, and now, as you can look, the eggs are cracked. That's perfect, that's what we're looking for. We take them over here, we put them into the sink. We run cold water over it. Now there's a trick coming. I get my spoon. I start stirring the eggs in there. And what that's going to do is not only help cool down the eggs, but help crack the shells as well. And that is going to save you time when it comes down to cracking the shells when you make your egg mayonnaise. Okay? So just keep that running, keep it stirring, job done. And these should be the perfect hard-boiled egg. And we're going to test one right now. Live. This is a live action shot, ladies and gentlemen, from this sink. Okay? Right. See the eggs are cracked, the shells are cracking, the cold water's running. I'm going to move my cloth out the way. I'm going to open this up. Oh, I'm nervous. You're making me nervous. Look, you're making me nervous. I can't even peel an egg. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Right, peeling that. Look how easy that eggshell's coming away. That goes underneath there, cool down a bit. So we're going to check this here, see if it's hard boiled enough. Okay, I'm going to break the egg. Oh! Look at the steam coming off that. That to me is perfect. Perfect hard boiled egg. Gets one to eat. In there, I've just taken out the eggshells. As you can see, I'm not wearing gloves because I don't like to wear gloves, but you always make sure you wash your hands properly. You use sanitizer and dry your hands, okay? That's very important because you're touching food now. So in here, we've got our eggs, which we boiled hard boiled. As you can see, nice little collection there, all ready to go. This is the mayonnaise we made fresh earlier on. This is gonna be combined with this. But before that, there's people out there that like really, really nicely chopped up. I like mine's nice and chunky, and you know why? Because I like the taste of egg going through my egg mayonnaise. I don't want a puree of egg mayonnaise, I want a chunky egg mayonnaise. So here's what we're gonna do. Remember our knife selection? We're going back to our little serrated paring knife here. What we're gonna do with this is we're gonna cut up the egg in there, like that. You notice there's a bit of water at the bottom, that's fine. We're gonna use that water to make sure if you like yours a little bit more finer, you can use a grater, there's no problem with that, but I don't like that texture. I like mine's nice and chunky, because like I said, we put all this effort into making these fantastic boiled eggs. We want to taste them. Great example of making your egg mayonnaise too much of a puree. It turns like a mashed potato. We don't want that. We want the chunkiness like that. So you can see, how long did that take me? 30 seconds? So that goes back over there. Now, in here, we're going to combine into here a teaspoon and a half of the mustard. And the reason I'm putting that in there because I like that taste of that American mustard going through my egg mayonnaise. And in here we've got our beautiful mayonnaise that we made earlier on. We're going to start off slowly. We get 1 spoon, so quite a large spoon in there like that, and then we're going to combine that with all that mixture in there. And the reason that I'm starting off slowly with the mayonnaise is because I don't want to add too much. I want the eggs to be the star of the show. The mayonnaise is just there to bring everything together, but the egg should be the star of the show. Okay, so as you can see, it's a lovely texture. But you know what? I'm thinking we can put a little bit more in there. So we just take another, in that goes, stir it up. Oh my God, if you could smell it. And that is it. I don't want to add anything else to this at this moment, because that to me is the perfect egg mayonnaise done. So I'm going to stir that up. Ladies and gentlemen, you could add, if you want to this, some chives, some onions. You could add some cress to this, which is a classic combination. Bit of cracked black pepper, perfect. But to me, I'm happy with that. I don't want to add anything else to it. But I think, I'll tell you one thing I do need to do, which I forgot all about. You know that? Do you know what that is?
Which one?
Taste it. So like I said, look, it's a nice combination of the mayonnaise and the egg. The mayonnaise isn't overpowering the egg. It's just a nice combination here. The egg should be the star of this. I nearly swore then. Did you hear that, Mads? I nearly swore. This should be the star. So now I'm going to put this in my big fat gob and taste this, because I'm telling you, right now, before I even tried it, this is going to taste amazing. Because I made the mayonnaise, I've put this together, and I know it's going to be a great flavour. But anyway, the proof is in the tasting, as they say. Oh! I don't mean to spit all over the place, I nearly did. amazing. And what's so nice at the moment, the eggs are still slightly warm, and the combination of that mayonnaise, cold mayonnaise, going in with these warm eggs is sensational. That right now, on the buttered crumpet, would be perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the perfect egg mayonnaise, according to Goss, and obviously Channel as well. Right, I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody!
বাই বাই। হাই এভরিওয়ান, আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছেন। আপনাদের আশা করি ভালো লেগেছে আমার শেফের এই ম্যায়োনেজ বানানো, তারপরে এগ ম্যায়োনেজ করা আর এগ বয়েল করা। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ওয়াচিং দ্য ভিডিও। আপনারা যদি কেউ আমার চ্যানেলে নতুন হয়ে থাকেন, প্লিজ কনসিডার করবেন, সাবস্ক্রাইবিং করেন, লাইক দেবেন, এবং আপনাদের সঙ্গে পরবর্তী ভিডিওতে আবারও দেখা হবে ইনশাল্লাহ। ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত বিদায় নেব, বাই বাই।